Hey guys, I'm back with another puppy classic review. This is the second one in this series, and hopefully you guys are enjoying them. And I'm back with a new one. And I don't have any notes, but I have them on Wii U up so I can read everything. That way I didn't take any notes. Got a little lazy. But yeah, so I'm here with another review, and this is a OVA series that I randomly found on YouTube. It's called Judge. It was came out in 1991, so it's a really old series, and it's called Judge, and it's basically about this guy OVA, who is by day, you can say by day he's a typical worker. He works in the office building, but everybody pushes him around. He gets picked on, he gets bumped to the side. You know, the big guys in the company think they can take over because he's just the puny worker, and everybody else wants to, steps on him to get a step ahead, not knowing that he really is the one who's step ahead. But he dates one of the women at the office, Nancy, but she doesn't know about what he really is. But by night he's judge of darkness, a judge of the underworld, and he judges ones. He's like the judge for ones when they die. They didn't get redemption while they were during the trial or anything. He gives them redemption in afterlife. And so he's the judge. He comes back and either finds the other party guilty or innocent. It all depends. But for the most part, they're guilty. And there turns out to be one of the guys at the office. He's doing some underhand stuff with the boss, and one of the women there, he's using her for just like a toy almost. He's just using her to get ahead. But she's the only one that knows his secret, and so he tries to talk her into not telling and all that. But OVA, he hears it, but they don't know he hears it. And so during the whole process, she ends up killing herself. And so then, and instead of him thinking, "Oh man, my secret made her kill herself, I should really turn myself in," he first thing he said was, "I was done with her anyway." It was like, I used her to get ahead, even though she killed herself to protect me. No remorse, no sympathy, no nothing. What was his name? Hold on. I don't see his name, but he was a total douche, and he had no remorse for it. So OVA, being the judge of darkness, he knew that he had to step in, and he stepped in, and the guy ended up choking himself to death because he found him guilty. And when he gets in his judge of darkness mode, it almost takes you into it kind of reminds you like Freddy Krueger, almost how when Freddy comes to you in your sleep and you can go to wherever he takes you to in your mind. It's like that, because he would make them see things that weren't really there. They would go into an alternate universe almost, and you can see the ghost of a dead person, and he ended up choking himself and suffocating himself to death. And that's how he died, and that was her redemption for him killing her. Basically, it was his fault. She killed herself. And then the boss also, because in the beginning of the show, well, I won't spoil this part of the show. I won't spoil this part of the show. I won't spoil this part because there's something that happens in the beginning that connects towards the middle of the OVA that you don't piece together until you see the whole thing. You have to catch that part and then piece it together. But that's the second. That'll be the second almost murder, and also introduce a new character. But it's 48 minutes. I mean, to me, I thought it was a very good OVA. It had a good story. It was a little tad bit rushed, but not a lot rushed. Everything kind of paced well. It kind of sucked that Nancy didn't know that he was Judge of Darkness. You would have thought that maybe she had some kind of hint, because before I know, she lived with him. Because they, being an older anime, they didn't leave out much to the imagination. So she lived with him. So I was surprised she didn't know, but I'm not sure if it was like a trance that he would go into, because he would take the other person into an alternate universe. So he might have been into like a trance himself. But she didn't know. And one thing I hate that they didn't do was during somebody's funeral in the show, the boss tried to hit on his wife, and it was kind of obvious that he was hitting on her. He kind of told her, "Oh, well, we were friends too. Don't don't grieve too much. If you need anything, just call me. And you could tell he was trying to hit on her, like, he wasn't really being subtle about it. And so I wish they had a kind of built on that a little bit, because it would have helped with another storyline later on in the OVA. But they didn't, and I mean, that was a small nitpick. I just wish they had done that. But the story itself still played out well. I mean, 48 minutes was really long enough to get the complete story in there, and to see everything, and it kind of played out and kind of led to maybe another series eventually. The way it ended. As a matter of fact, I think there's a 2005. I read 2005 release. This came out on DVD, but as far as I know, it's out of print. So I mean, I guess you can maybe search online somewhere and find it. Maybe if you dig hard enough. But as far as I know, it's out of print. But I mean, luckily we have YouTube. It is on YouTube. So if you care to watch it, it's on YouTube, and I'll link it in the description so you can watch it. Okay. Excuse me. Only 48 minutes. It's a very solid story. The characters are very likable. Honestly, she's kind of funny actually. She doesn't do much in the series at all. Besides, she kind of protects him at work from getting bullied too much, and that's pretty much it. It's all they show her doing that. They show her cooking. They show her having intercourse. So yeah, so not much of it. And she's kind of not really a main character. She is kind of in the show, but she's a funny character. She tells little jokes and everything. So I think it's a good OVA. I give it a solid. I give it a 7 out of 10. It's not great, but it's not horrible either. It's right in the middle. I give it a 7 out of 10. Like I said, if you care to check it out, it's on YouTube. I'll link the video in the description. It's called Judge, and maybe called Judge of Darkness also. Well, it's called Magistrate of Darkness, Judge, but it just says Judge on the video. And if you like, they kind of like horror. Yeah, it's kind of gory, a little bit, but it's mostly like horror, psychological horror is what it is. If you enjoy that kind of thing, you'll definitely enjoy Judge. And I mean, if you like older shows, it looks fine for an older show. It's 1991. I mean, the animation isn't perfect, but it's not. I think it's aged well. I guess what I'm trying to say. It's aged well is what I'm trying to say. So, check it out and tell me what you think. It's another Puppy Classic review. Hope you guys enjoy it. We'll be back with more classic reviews. There's tons of classic shows to watch. I mean, the classics are always out there, so I'm searching and finding them and bring them to you guys. So hopefully you enjoy this video. Thanks for watching, and Maho out.